Okay, we're back for episode number 2 of I don't know what the fuck our show is called because
It's a good name. I
Luke
like it.
Luke decided to call our show Bodybuilding and Bullshit, and apparently one Nick Trigilli already has a show called Bodybuilding.
Oh, does he? Sorry,
Yeah.
Nick. I had no idea. Fuck. Maybe
So-
I've accidentally seen it, and that's where I got it from.
So Nick wasn't too happy. A friend of mine sent me a story he did on Instagram
Oh, yeah.
asking his followers why I copied his name. And I apologized to him. I said, look, I'm sorry. It was Luke's idea. I had no idea.
Fucking hell.
I totally threw you under the bus. I didn't take any blame at all for it.
That's fine.
So we're still without a name.
What about bodybuilding and bollocks?
Somebody actually said that. That was
and then it has the Britishness to it.
That's what I thought. I thought it gives a little bit of your culture and
Culture, yeah. That's a cultured word over here. Bollocks.
And I learned a new thing. I learned the term "the dog's bollocks"
Yeah,
is a good thing.
Yeah, if something is the dog's bollocks, it's good.
Yeah, somebody said our show was the dog's bollocks.
Yeah, which is great. You couldn't ask for higher praise, to be honest.
What is bollocks exactly? Like balls?
Yeah, balls. Yeah.
Okay, so we're the dog's balls. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Essentially, that's how it would loosely translate. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we got a lot of shit to cover.
Oh my God, do we?
Some important stuff, some not important stuff that I want to bitch about.
Yeah, right. You sent me a list there. I'm gonna get it up.
There's more than I sent you.
Yeah, I know, but it's still.
Do you want to start with the important stuff or the not important stuff?
Let's alternate.
All right.
Let's go. Yeah, you go. No, you decide. You go. It's your show. Let's go.
It's not my show. It's our show. Let's start. I think we should start with the most important shit that everybody's talking about. What's going on with Shawn Rhoden? How do you feel about Shawn Rhoden's little?
See, I've seen this happen to somebody I know, and basically he fucked her. To be crass.
Yeah.
Hold on, dog. Yeah, sorry, the little teddy bear was in the garden. So so it happened to him, and he obviously had like an affair with her, or happened a couple of times. She wanted him to leave, I think, his girlfriend, and he wouldn't. And then she made those accusations, and it took a while to clear his name because it wasn't true. Now, I'm not saying this is what's happened with Shawn at all, but I've met Shawn. I know Shawn in a way because I've spent quite a lot of time with him. He doesn't really strike me as the kind of guy that rapes people, you know?
I've been around Shawn quite a bit from working at SciTech with him, and although a lot of women like him, he's never struck me as the type that would need to do something like that to get a woman.
Yeah. I've seen them witness exactly the same thing.
Like, women seem to just gravitate towards him, so I don't know why
I bet his Tinder is just mental, isn't it?
I don't think Shawn has Tinder, dude.
He is Tinder.
He is Tinder, yeah. No, but I don't think regardless of whether, look, a lot of people have their own demons in their closets, so who knows, right? Let's say he did. The reaction online's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I kind of been deliberately not reading too much.
No. I'm not saying my wife's crazy.
So I've avoided looking at it. So I haven't even seen. I've seen little snippets here and there, but I haven't seen how much is actually going on.
That's kind of what I'm doing. Like, my wife is immersed in this shit because she likes this kind of like
the drama.
Yeah, the murder series dramas and shit like that. My wife loves that shit. So this is like one of those things to her.
This is like who raped her.
Well, she's fascinated. She wants to know who the girl is. That's her fascination.
Oh, okay.
Because she feels like once we know who the girl is, then we can say, "Oh, this is." But
also, the other thing was as well, wasn't it? The girl. She said that I've read somewhere that she was also a bodybuilder. Now, is she a bodybuilder? Is in she is a bodybuilder, or she's bikini, and the media don't really know what the fuck.
I know, but what I'm saying is, I think, and this is going to sound really bad, so people might get pissed off, but like, if the girl gets around, we might be like, well, she went to his hotel room at fucking midnight.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is what I've heard is like she go for a check-in and she made her mate wait downstairs.
I didn't. I hear conflicting reports. Some people say he was training her, and some people say she was just a fan.
Well, either way, she was with a mate and left her mate downstairs.
Yeah.
Right. If I'm with Ben and I'm gonna fuck a girl upstairs, he's fucking staying down here. I'm not taking. But however, if I am going to check in with him, or her, sorry, Ben, I'm like, yeah, come up. He's gonna have a
like if you're going to see Aceto, Ben will come with you.
Yeah. So
but if you want something to happen,
fuck Chris,
something to happen. If you want something to happen between you and Chris, you're gonna leave Ben downstairs.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's a bit fishy, isn't it? That's not.
Well,
that's something just socially. The fact, if that is a fact, that's quite odd.
I also think, like I said, I don't want to place any like.
No, I don't.
You don't want to say the girl's lying or not lying. All I know is people in general's reaction is fucking crazy. Like
it's awful. It's awful.
It's just awful. They are like reveling in the fact that this guy has been caught and he's going to lose his title, and he's like,
well, I mean, he's been charged, so I don't know what that means, because in this country that means you're going to prison.
Well, no, he hasn't been convicted. He's been charged, which means they want.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what that.
It means there's going to be a trial.
Okay, good.
So what I'm saying is he hasn't been convicted. So you have all these people that are just loving it. They're like, but
we discussed this last week. Social media is just full of fucking vultures.
Okay, but that goes for people, right? So there's social media vultures. What about the Olympia? What the fuck is that all about?
They're doing it to who feeds the Olympia? The vultures.
Well, that's David Pecker's company, the AMI. How about that? How about that knee-jerk reaction? They don't find out if he's convicted or not. They just banned for life.
Yeah, but if it turns out that Shawn is innocent, which he might be, might not be, I think they'd overturn it.
Yeah, but how about having some integrity and standing up for your athletes?
Well,
you don't know what the guy has done or not done. Are you there? There you are.
Yeah. That's what the IFBB have done, isn't it?
The IFBB, I think, has taken the proper stance. They have said, we're holding off. We're waiting to see what's happened. We're taking a very close look at everything. I feel like that's the normal reaction. I feel like the Olympia, the AMI has just gone off the deep end. You don't know if the guy's convicted. You should.
Well, but the thing is, where he would he be an employee of theirs in some respects, or maybe they're privy to kind of more.
No, it's just a show. It's like if somebody competes in your show.
Know, but they might, for some reason, because they're financially involved with Shawn Rhoden, they might have information that we don't.
Regardless, whatever information you have, my personal opinion is until the guy's convicted, you should stand next to him.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
Or even if you don't stand next to him, just stay out of it.
Yeah, I agree with that from like an integrity perspective, but there's not much integrity in business. So, unfortunately, you kind of if you see it purely as a business decision based on the internet's reaction, you can kind of go, oh, yeah, all right, I get it. I don't agree, but that's smart business-wise, and that's probably the angle they've gone with, considering they're a business.
I don't know.
That's just me playing devil's advocate.
Is it smart business-wise though? Because you kind of look like an asshole if you're wrong.
Yeah, but when he's wrong, they do the whole we issue a full apology and they do all that shit and they cover their tracks. That's what.
Yeah, I still think you always have you'll end up with egg on your face.
Yeah, but right now, this year's Olympia, they're fine. That's all they care about. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they've done it to be dicks. I wouldn't assume that. I would more assume it was, like I said, just a business decision. Purely cold, hard business. So
I don't think Shawn Rhoden doing the Olympia again was going to guarantee him a win again. He's not like he's not as dominant as like a Ronnie Coleman, but now that he's out, we're for sure going to have a new Mr. Olympia. So who's that going to be? Did you get your hopes up a little bit?
No, I just thought that was an extra potential space. That was my first thought. I'd be like, Shawn, he's not doing the Olympia. Extra potential space. Silver lining. I'm a positive guy.
Yeah, positive for you, not for Shawn.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh shit, what a poor guy. Hopefully, or what a monster.
Yeah.
I would put my money on Brandon Curry.
Okay. I just want to say this. It's weird because I'm a fan of the sport, even though I'm involved.
Yeah.
And I really would like to see Brandon Curry win just because the story is pretty crazy going from, you know, he kind of like fell off for a little while and he's back.
Yeah.
But another good story would be Dexter Jackson wins the Olympia and rides off into the sunset at 50 years old.
That would be fucking amazing.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
It's not happening, though, is it? Because I think they'd give him his Sandoe and he would just and his trunks he would just disappear. It would just be his trunks on the floor like in Star Wars, and he'd become one with the Force. That's what would happen. That's exactly what would happen. So that'd be worth seeing. Actually,
no, but seriously, I think Dexter could win.
No,
you don't think Dexter can beat Brandon?
I stood next to him 2 years ago in Australia. He's aged another 2 years.
I don't know, man. Some of those videos I'm seeing go up, like he's looking fresh again.
Okay, well, if he is, then fuck. If he's not, then he's going down. I'm not saying that as if I'm threatening him. I'm just saying he's going down the ranks. I don't know. I can't see it. I can't see him being better than Brandon or even Bonac or even Ruby.
So you're thinking Brandon's the front runner?
I would put Brandon there.
What do you think about Hadi?
I mean, depends on the visa and which I think he'd more likely do the 212.
Yeah. I think Hadi, not to get into a different topic already, but I think Hadi's definitely going to walk away with a 212. I don't think Derek can beat him.
I'm not sure.
I don't know, man. Hadi's just a different level, man. It's like yeah,
it's true, but we don't know what Derek might be a different level this year.
I think Derek's muscle's still too young.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's one thing that Hadi does have. He looks like he looks like a plastic He-Man action figure. He's so hard, and
that's what I mean.
Sure.
I don't think Derek can. I think even no matter how conditioned he gets, I think he's still too young to have that type of condition.
Yeah, I would agree.
So,
I mean, how old's Hadi? Do you know?
I don't know. No idea. I don't know anything about him. You think?
I think he's probably only about 22. He's just
he's just Arab. He's got a lot of hair. He's got a lot of hair on his face.
he's actually 14.
Yeah. So you're winners right now. If Hadi can get his, what if Hadi can't get his visa? You're picking Brandon.
I would say Derek?
Brandon Curry, and you're picking Derek for the 212.
Yes. Oh, Derek all day. Yeah, fucking Derek's sick.
What about Eduardo Correa?
No.
Can't do it, you don't think?
No.
Legs aren't big enough?
None of it's big enough anymore. His condition is insane, and he ruins himself getting down to 212.
Yeah, I could see that.
And Derek's still got plenty of room in that class, and Derek's proportions are just mental. They just don't make sense.
What do you think of the placings from this weekend?
Pretty fair.
So Nathan was second, right?
I had Nathan. This is not a me and Nathan thing. I genuinely had Nathan in third.
I had Ian in third and Nathan in second.
You did?
Yeah, because I didn't think I can make a case for Lucas being third or Ian being third. Second. Sorry. I think Lucas's physique looks great from the back.
Yeah.
But I think it leaves something to be desired from the front.
Well, that's the absolute same as Nathan, just on the other side of the coin.
But it's. I think Lucas's bad is more than Nathan's negatives.
Yeah, maybe. But I think the other thing he has is condition, and Lucas is a little bit bigger as well.
Yeah, I could see that. I think Nathan's put together better. I think Nathan's
from the front. Nathan is not a real human. It's insane. It's like he's a bug.
I actually don't think Nathan from the front is as incredible as everybody else does. And I'm not saying that I have nothing against Nathan. I think he's got a really long waist.
Yeah, I mean that's why I just said he looks like a bug, but I meant that in like a positive way, or like a Lego Bionicle or something.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a good thing to have like a waist that's like 3/4 of your body.
Yeah, I know.
It makes your waist look smaller, but it doesn't.
It's a little bit different than what we've seen from anywhere else. Well, I think that's why, because I've never seen any other physique look anything like Nathan. So
yeah, it does stand out. I guess what I was trying to say before was, I thought Ian. This is what I think. Ian looked way better than Toronto.
Yes.
But I think Ian's posing holds him back because I think Ian was better than Lucas.
Yes, I would agree with that as well.
Like when he does his front lat spread, I feel like he brings his elbows so far forward, it almost scrunches his body together instead of making him look wider.
Yeah, I think his front double. I think his front double was a little bit awkward, and so is his back double.
Yeah, he needs a little help with his posing, I think, because I think his physique is actually better than Lucas's.
Yes. Oh no, 100%.
I mean, if his posing was down, I could have seen him compared to Nathan even.
Yes.
His posing is hurting his.
The only reason that Ian doesn't beat Nathan is purely because of Nathan's structure.
I feel like Ian's muscularity was impressive enough to be in second place.
Because Nathan's very dense and dry in person, very thick, especially in the shoulders. So he looks very grainy, hard. And he has that as well, and so does Ian.
So the conditioning is a wash.
The conditioning is about the same. Yeah, the level of density they both have. Ian's bigger, but Nathan's prettier.
Yeah.
So
I just think we're not getting a true look at what Ian looks like because he's not presenting himself well.
Potentially, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, which is something he can fix quite easily. Meeting this weekend in Portugal. So
yeah, I think somebody needs to pull him aside and go, let's do try this differently and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
But the fullness, remember we talked about last week about his fullness.
Yeah, his legs like tripled in size.
Yeah,
really.
He looked crazy this weekend, man.
Yeah, he did.
And then I think fifth we had Josh Wade.
Yeah.
So I don't know where Josh Wade sits in the point standings now because I don't think he got any points last week in Chicago.
I think he got fifth, didn't he? Here, so I think he might have got 1 or 2.
Where does that leave you? Are you still okay?
Oh, breaking news! I'm doing Tampa. There you go.
We just broke it on.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding BOLLOCKS. We're bringing it to you. So you're doing Tampa now?
So I'm doing Tampa. I was going to do Portugal this weekend because I'm fucking shredded right now. I'm about 5% sharper than I was 6 days out from the Arnold.
Are you serious?
Right now, yeah.
How'd you get so peeled so fast?
Ask Chris. I don't fucking know. I don't understand it. I don't even feel like I'm dieting. It's just come off straight away.
That's great, man.
It's like my body got back into that Arnold condition so quickly.
Yeah.
Like
that's great.
I'm sitting on a wooden seat now. It's really not comfortable.
So you're not going to do Portugal though?
The reason why is I've missed the contract time, and I looked at all the hotels around the venue today, and they're all booked. I would have to go on my own. I haven't sorted any tan. I haven't booked anything. That would just piss me off, stress me out. And I'm like, nope. I'd rather wait an extra 2 weeks and make this condition look fat.
Yeah, but then you have to fly to the US.
Yep.
Versus Portugal is probably close for you.
Yes, I know, but I've already spoken to Redcon, and they're going to just make sure I'm as comfortable and everything's sorted for me. They'll bring me out early, put me up in an apartment or a house near Flex's gym, so I've got everything I need, so it's stress-free.
The interesting thing about that show now is, can you beat Dexter?
I don't want to answer that because what I say is everyone else can be like, what? So I've just answered it.
No. I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
Okay. Do I think I'm as good as a bodybuilder as Dexter Jackson? Definitely not. Can I beat Dexter Jackson? If I am inside out peeled, which I will be in another 3 weeks, I stand a okay chance because I'm complete from every angle and I'm a lot bigger than him. And then
I could say I think that's a fair assessment. I think if Dexter is off at all,
that's what Emma was about to say. And if Dexter, and because Dexter isn't a young man anymore, he's aged a little bit more, and we haven't seen him since the Olympia.
Yeah.
Has he got fresher or has he aged another year?
I personally think his physique is going to look just as good.
I hope not.
I love the honesty. No bodybuilder would say that. No body. You're like, I hope it looks like shit.
Fucking, if anyway, these are the bodybuilders that really know me. Like, yeah, I hope he's his best of all time, and I'm my best. Fuck off! You hope he comes in looking shit, so you can smash him and be like, I just beat Dexter Jackson. Fuck off.
Can I tell you what I did one year? I felt horrible.
Yeah.
I honestly forget what year it was, but there was like a flood somewhere down south, like in Texas or some shit. Yeah. And I think I was doing like the Dallas Europa or something like that, and I'm like, I wonder what people from Dallas can't do the show now, so I can like move up a couple spots.
It's funny. Like I mean, I don't mean like when I say that, I don't literally mean I hope he looks shit. It just means.
Yes, you do. You're hoping.
No, I don't mean he comes in looking like he's got one leg and he's injured. I mean, I would love it if he came off.
Yeah,
but only because I know I probably can't beat him at 100%. Definitely not.
I don't know if you're ready. Well, there's two things. I don't know if you're ready to beat Dexter at 100%, and number two, I don't know if they would let you beat Dexter if he was at 100%.
I don't need to beat him because
No, you don't.
No, that would give me 9 points, second place.
But it's a huge feather in your cap if you do beat him, and it's a lot of momentum going into the Olympia.
Yeah, and well, in all honesty, that's not really it. That's the main reason I'm doing it is because I want to secure some more points if I can't get a win. And I'm 2 weeks. So I have to do it, and I did that. I chose Tampa over Portugal because I know I've got 2 more weeks to just get like crazy thin skin.
I'm just saying though, if you think about it, if you beat Dexter going into the Olympia, you're all of a sudden now in the top 5 conversation.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
I'm just saying it's a good spot to be in.
I know what I'm capable of. Just because I had a conversation with Chris on the phone today, and he's really excited, and he's very complimentary. And I'm just like, I'm seeing in my head. No, I'm seeing what I've been seeing in my head for the last few years. Like what I've been wanting to get, I'm getting closer to that now.
Good.
Like when you know how it is. You have a vision of what you want.
Yeah.
You want your masterpiece to look like.
Yeah.
And it's like mine's getting pretty close now. And the conditions, because it's coming so easy, I feel so fresh. I feel like I haven't even started dieting yet.
That's crazy, man.
I know. I have no idea how. It's not like I'm pushing anything to any extremes at all.
Yeah.
My body's just in a nice place. So I haven't even suffered nothing. So imagine so I'm just excited now to see how far I can take it.
Yeah. So rounding out the top 5, we had Josh Wade, and then in number 6 we had Quentin Aria. Is it Aria?
Yeah, I mean, Josh Wade has had a phenomenal year again. I think he's packed it in for the Olympia.
I think
you better post that earlier.
I don't want to say anything negative about Josh, but I think Quentin could have beat him.
No, I agree. But Josh's condition's always so crazy.
I know, but condition is one. Quentin's shape is like unreal.
But what was his condition like from the rear? Because I only seen pictures from the front.
The pictures I saw, I mean, he wasn't in bad condition. He's not Josh Wade's condition.
Yeah. But
he was in good condition. And I think he just doesn't have the muscularity yet.
Yeah, maybe it's like a youth. Not a youth. It's not like an old man. It's like a younger muscle.
He is. He's 23 years old. So
there you go. That's crazy. I did not know he was 23.
His upper body, I feel like, is still a little thin through the torso.
Yeah, I think that's the time.
Yeah. He doesn't have any doesn't have that heavy lifting time under his belt yet to get that thickness.
No.
But when he's standing in that lineup, you're like, your eyes are drawn to him because he's just.
Oh yeah, his structure again. He's like an alien.
Yeah. I can't believe that at 23 it's just like, if he doesn't do anything stupid, in a couple of years he's going to be in the top 10 Olympia category.
Oh, easy.
Yeah. Because that structure he's got calves. He's a black guy with calves.
Yeah, what the fuck's going on? Can't have it all. He's got to have, he has to have some kind of shit weakness somewhere. Like he's got a massive bald spot.
I can't find one. His back, like I said, he's missing a little bit of size, but he's so young that it's not even a weakness. It's just a little bit more time.
Yes. Yeah. He's tall. Is he tall?
Yeah. I was there when Dorian was helping him pose one day. He's like, I want to guess 6 feet, 6'1".
So if he fills in that frame, he will be very dangerous, like Cedric.
Yeah. He's going to be more dangerous than Cedric or Dennis Wolf because he's literally all the insertion points are there. If he can just thicken up his chest and thicken up his back without increasing his waist size at all, which is a tough thing to do, when you put on that size your body doesn't want to put on.
That's just means it's going to take longer.
Yeah, if he takes his time and does it, he's going to be better than Cedric and better than Dennis Wolf because he's put together very, very, very well. What did you think about Hadi? Are people jumping on the bandwagon? I saw Chad Nichols put up a post and say he's it was almost like he was saying he's the best bodybuilder ever right now in the world.
Yeah. I mean, simmer down. He's only done what, he was being beaten by people last year quite comfortably, all the year before by Cedric. Remember?
Yeah.
So, and he doesn't look that much different now.
I think he's really impressive. I think it's a little much to say.
Yeah, I think it's because he has a slightly different look, which we talked about earlier. To everyone else.
He has a conditioning that a lot of people don't have right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. To say he can beat, like, I don't think he's better than William Bonac. I don't think he's better. I don't think he's better. Like, put him next to William Bonac. Bonac's just as hard, just as conditioned.
Oh yeah.
And he's got more muscle.
A lot more muscle.
So,
and Hardy's a little bit lumpy and bumpy, not in a
little bit in the arms and shoulders.
He's a little bit funky looking in places.
Yeah, in a couple spots, yeah. But I don't see him being better than Brandon Curry either. And I mean, it's not to knock him down. We're comparing him to the best bodybuilders in the world.
Yeah.
But I'm only doing that because that's what Chad did. And I'm like, you know, if you're going to compare him to the best, I think you have to look at it a little more accurately. Like, he beat Nathan, which is, you know, it's a feather in your cap.
Yeah. But
Nathan's not William Bonac.
No, it's true.
So,
I mean, Hardy was quite a lot more muscular than, he's just bigger than Nathan as well.
Yeah.
He was shorter. So
what I will say is that Hani's done a crazy job with him. Like, he looked really good. He looked really good when he first come on the scene, and then Hani kind of polished everything up, brought his waist down a little bit.
FST7.
Don't be an asshole.
No, you're absolutely right. He has now. I think it's just because Hardy's he might be one of those guys that kind of got really good at bodybuilding with very, very limited knowledge. He's just that good, and now Hardy's kind of taking under his wing and telling him how to do it properly.
Yeah,
his body's just got. But
yeah, that's exactly what I think. He just took him and polished him up a little bit, and like took care of a little bit of his weak points. You know, his waist is a little smaller, everything's a little sharper.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I have a couple questions. One that's been really annoying me, and I know some of your friends do this, so I'm sorry if this is offensive to anybody, but why the fuck is everybody training in their socks now?
Evan Centopani.
This is Evan's fault?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I like Evan. Why the fuck did he start this thing?
I think it's like all these people just don't want to wear Vibrams.
I wore Vibrams for a little while. I feel like an asshole now when I think back about it.
Exactly. And socks are cooler than Vibrams. That's how shit Vibrams are. So for the same feeling, you just feel the floor a bit more, you know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of reasons and I can't.
You training your socks?
No, I have done. I mean, I used to leg press in my socks.
I tried it once, and I'm like, this fucking hurts.
It didn't. Yeah,
it doesn't feel good.
No.
I see kids in the gym doing it now.
Well, they think they're cool, or they just can't afford good shoes. They're like, the price of Atomics and Riderwear are just too much.
You'd rather just train in my socks.
Straight my socks, yeah. They're cheap.
See, I thought this was JP's fault.
No, JP doesn't train. He doesn't wear socks. He just wears like flip flops.
I know, but I've seen a couple videos of him in his like bare feet or socks or whatever. I can't remember.
I know he likes deadlifting in bare feet, and a lot of powerlifters do. So I think there must be something to that. In terms of like everything else barefoot, just fucking put some shoes on.
Aren't you? You deadlift like 7 plates, don't you?
Yeah. No, 9 I've done.
9?
Yeah, I put 9 aside as my best.
In shoes or no?
Yeah, I was wearing Converse or something.
Okay, well there you go. So you don't have to be barefoot.
No, you don't have to be. I mean, I'm not really a powerlifter, so I was just not. I don't know all that like technique kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The shoes and the stances.
I don't know. It's just driving me crazy, man. I see like these fucking kids that have no business, like, you know, they're not.
But they're the same kids. They're the same kids that do all the stupid exercises, attach bands, everything, and sit in a fucking.
No, they're doing the real shit. They're doing like they're deadlifting.
Well, they are because where I am, that's not the case. There's just like weird kind of new breed of bodybuilders that are all just coming with their fucking iPads on their logbook and just all the gear, no idea, but they still wear socks and they wear the massive baggy jumpers, and it's just fuck off.
Yeah. I just
they're like hipster bodybuilders, and they're the ones that go on Instagram and just talk about how intelligent they are. And instead of saying things like grow, like every other fucking bodybuilder, they say illicit hypertrophy. It's grow. It's been grow for 40 years. What are you saying illicit hypertrophy for, dick? Those guys.
Because I think if you don't have the size, you have to pretend you have the fucking brains.
Or just wait, like we all did.
Like, do you ever notice like if the guys that talk like that are never huge?
Ever.
They're never fucking huge. Like you talk to John Meadows. John Meadows does not. He's fucking smart and huge.
Yeah.
And he doesn't talk like that.
Even Scott Stevenson, you know.
Yeah.
Like we can all understand him. He doesn't say illicit hypertrophy. He just says grow, like everyone else. He doesn't say CHO. He says carbs. You know?
Yeah. I don't know what. I think there's it's a way to keep your self-esteem in check. You're like, well, I'm not huge, but I know everything about everything.
Yeah, but do you know what's more impressive to everyone is if you just show a little bit of discipline on your Instagram, so everyone can actually follow what you're doing. You know, just be like, this is what I'm doing every day. These are my lifts. These are, look, I'm a little bit better this month. This is cool. That's something you can get behind. Not I'm so fucking clever because I just copy what everyone else says.
Yeah.
And then just make and attach little funky words to it.
But I think that's marketing, right?
Well, what's they marketing? Who are they marketing to? Because no one.
They're marketing to the new fucking kids. That there's this whole new movement that if you're huge, it's just because you take gear, and it's not because you're any smarter than anybody else.
Well, that's why I put a lot of my lifting videos up, and I put a lot of opinions out there in that respect. It's just like, and this is why I constantly post the same shit on my Instagram.
But it still doesn't. It still doesn't. Listen, the thing that's weird nowadays is it still doesn't get you the respect it used to get you.
No, not they used to, but it's starting to pick up. It's starting. People are like, oh, okay, so that is how it's done.
You know, it's funny. I got a shitty DM from somebody because in my last Q&A, somebody asked a question about overtraining, and they're like, "Is overtraining real?" I'm like, "It's fucking 100% real." And the guy in the question says, "Because CT Fletcher says it's not real." And I'm like, why am I going to listen to CT Fletcher? I'm like, he hasn't proven that he can stand on a.
I've only ever trained CT Fletcher train arms. You can't get CNS fatigue from training arms every day.
Well, I'm just saying, like, my point is, if Jay Cutler says there's no such thing as overtraining, I may believe it, but CT Fletcher has not proven that he can gain an optimal amount of muscle for me to say, yeah, that guy knows what he's talking about. But that doesn't that like whole thing doesn't apply anymore. People used to remember when you started, you would find like the biggest guy in the gym, and you would go and you'd be like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? I want to know what you're doing. That doesn't apply anymore. Because people want to talk to the guy that says illicit hypertrophy.
Oh my God.
They want to talk to that guy. Like that guy must know everything. Don't talk to Luke, who's deadlifting 9 plates. Go talk to the kid who read fucking 10 textbooks.
Yeah. But the thing is, they haven't read any textbooks. They're just all members of Trained by JP, and they just follow everything that Jordan says. That's what they are. Well,
Jordan's smart.
He's very smart, but he thinks he has his own ideas, and he comes up with his own concepts.
Yeah.
And he doesn't say illicit hypertrophy. He probably says grow because he's fucking massive.
So you're saying they're just copying all the shit from Jordan's site and
they're just copying everything from everyone's site, like Joe Bennett's site, Matt Jansen's site, all these coaches, and they're just cherry picking stuff and then saying illicit hypertrophy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's grow. Just fucking say grow. just for fuck's sake, just say grow.
Everyone is going to start bombarding your fucking Instagram with illicit hypertrophy.
You're not as strong as Ronnie Coleman. That's going to illicit hypertrophy.
Yeah, you know they're going to kill you with this now, right? Yeah.
I'm going to get a t-shirt that says illicit hypertrophy.
I already got a fucking hashtag that people use all the time for you now. Luke loves anal.
I don't have a problem with that.
It's been like a reoccurring theme on my Instagram now. I keep getting this hashtag.
That's fine. It was Luke's flat a while ago.
It's better than Luke's flat.
Yeah, Luke loves anal.
What was I going to say? So I got a question for you, and see if you can figure this out, since you're the romantic one.
Yeah.
Or you're the one that wants to find a wife. My wife says I'm not romantic anymore.
Well,
what do I do?
I fucking don't know. I'm the one without a girlfriend because I don't know what I'm doing.
Apparently, I don't fucking either.
Okay, well, I've always all right. Here we go. I'm gonna sound like Dr. Phil now. I've always found it's the little things that matter.
All right, give me some examples, because I got to start adding some of this shit, or my wife's gonna leave me.
Like if you're making yourself a coffee offer, that's a start, you know. And also, just like if you're on the way home and you're like filling up your car with gas, go into the station and buy her something. Pick her up something nice. Just say, I'll pick you up this chocolate bar, whatever, magazine, just something that takes no effort.
I don't do any of that.
Yeah, I didn't either. And it's not that. Do you kiss a goodnight when you come in? Do you go and give her a kiss?
No.
There you go. Just the little things.
Listen. The little
things that we don't know. They're just like, he doesn't love me anymore.
Listen how romantic this is. I put my CPAP mask on, my sleep fucking apnea mask.
Yeah.
And I fucking just roll over and go to bed.
See, that's right.
So the last thing Last thing she sees before bed is my fucking face with this shitty mask.
But the thing is, it's like you should give her a kiss goodnight. You should give her a kiss in the morning, and just be like, "I love you." Just say it more often.
How come you're giving me advice on this?
Because I fucked it up and I lost her, right? So I know that this kind of shit matters.
You know what? It's because we all have the answers. We all have the fucking answers when we don't have the girl.
Yeah, because I've made all these mistakes. So I mean, next girlfriend I get is going to be just like the Luke's wife.
Bullshit.
She's going to have such an amazing time because I'm
bullshit.
What are you talking about?
This is what's going to happen. The next girl you meet is going to have an amazing time for 3 months.
Oh, definitely.
And then you're
without fail, 100% fact, guaranteed.
And then you're going to go back to being Luke.
No, I don't think I would.
You think you're going to be okay? I'm 12 years in, motherfucker.
No. How long?
12.
Well, yeah, well, that's different than 3 fucking months, isn't it? Yeah, at least give me a couple years. 3 months. No, I don't know. I think it's those little things really don't take much effort. I think if you make them into a habit, and I think also the other thing is when you do those little things and they love it, you get a little kind of joy from seeing that from them. I think that becomes quite addictive.
Okay, I think everything you're saying.
You get more sex, so
I think
right?
everything you're saying is right.
It is,
but I think she means it more like in terms of sex.
What do you mean when you put a rose in her ass? What does she mean? What does she mean?
She's gonna fucking kill me if she watches this.
What does she mean then?
Like, it's 12 years in. I'm not like as nice.
You've got all the old moves. Yeah.
It's not as pleasant as it was.
Well, it would be, but just make a bit of effort.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Just come in one day with just a bag of dildos and be like, right, get upstairs.
That won't work.
And flowers in the other hand.
Listen, if you marry a wife that's fucking happy when you walk in with a bag of dildos, you married the wrong fucking girl.
No, you definitely haven't. What do you mean?
See, this is your problem. You keep looking for the...
No.
This is your problem. You're looking for the fucking, like, you want to marry the whore.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's just, to me, because that's like, it's normally women that are creative and are not boring in anything. They're just fun all the time. They're just like, that's cool. All right, yeah, so let's try that. They're a bit more adventurous all across the board.
It's not about adventure. If you come in with a bag of, if most normal women, if you walk in with a bag of dildos, they're like, what the fuck? This is not a porno.
All right, well, listen. Don't listen. No,
you're not going to get a wife this way, dude. You keep making yourself.
All right, well, okay, well, I nearly did. So thanks so much.
All right, so get her a coffee when I'm getting a coffee.
Yeah, just involve her a little bit. Just make her know that you think about her.
Give her a kiss before bed.
Give her a kiss in the morning. Give her a kiss when you come in. Just make all these little things habits. Do you ever like just pinch her bum when she walks past?
Go slower during sex.
No.
See, that's where I'm losing though.
Well, you go a bit slower then. Sort yourself out earlier, right? And then like maybe an hour, and then you'll last longer. There you
go. Wait, what? Say that again. Say that again.
So sort yourself out, as in going.
Oh, like knock one out for first.
Yeah, like an hour before, and then you'll last longer.
I'm 40. If I knock one out, I'm good for the day.
Yeah, I know that, but that's the compromise. That's where love comes in, when you're thumbing it in because you don't want it.
That's fucked up, man. My wife, if she watches this shit, she's gonna make me stop. We're not gonna be doing this anymore.
No, or she'll just, or I'll get a DM from her saying thank you so much for turning it around for us.
That's funny. All right, one last thing I want to touch on. Do you think, because I just saw this special on the BBC, do you think bigorexia is real or is bullshit?
What the fuck is bigorexia?
Well, there's our answer. No, bigorexia is like anorexia, but it's for like size. So like they interviewed this guy who was like, I feel small all the time. And he was small. He was like a little like men's physique guy, like, but he wanted to be a bodybuilder. And he's like, I feel small all the time. And he was critiquing himself. He's like, I need more triceps.
Right.
I need
You've just told me, but he was small. So what's the bigorexia?
Because the newscast was like, this guy's fucked up, basically is what they're saying, because he wants to be
big. So, but if he wasn't big, and that's like, if you and I were like, oh, I'm tiny, that's fucking odd, because neither of us are tiny.
But to the average person, he probably looks big. Like he was like,
course,
he wasn't small, but he was like a regular guy who lifts at the gym. He wasn't like massive.
But he probably wants to be a bodybuilder, and he just hasn't got there yet. I don't think that's bigorexia, because I think bigorexia is when you are huge and you still feel small.
So you don't think? Do you think it's real though? Do you think there's people like that?
Oh, yeah, I think everything's real these days. I mean, people are fucking got like they're frightened of or phobias of like fruit.
Okay, but wait a minute. Don't you think bigorexia is just that guy wants to get big? What's fucking wrong with
of course. And I think what's happened is the media have slapped a label on it.
Why do they have to make it like?
So it's to the people. It's the people with all their logbooks. It's to elicit hypertrophy.
It's those people. No, but like, okay, if you have anorexia, that's actually a fucking problem. People are like barfing up their food, or they're not eating, or it's actually unhealthy. So they went and they created the flip side, which is bigorexia, and they're like, this is also a problem. And I'm like, why? Because that guy's eating a lot? Like, how is that a problem?
I don't think it is. Especially, because they don't have most psychiatrists will have a field day with a bodybuilder, wouldn't they? They're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, dude, I need like bigger traps. And they're like, why?
Yeah. Well, they see it as like a muscle dysmorphia. Like you don't see, but it's
again,
not.
I think there's varying degrees. It's like those people who, the synthol guys on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're fucking crazy. They have to be.
Yeah.
Because your arm looks like 3 babies sellotaped together.
Yeah.
That's what your arm looks like. Your arm literally looks like a load of fucking babies.
But the average person doesn't know the difference, eh?
Oh, I think they do.
No.
If an average person looked at, say,
listen, this is
that guy. They would.
I'm not saying if you put them next to each other. I'm saying, okay, we live in a bubble a little bit, right? We just think everybody knows like what a carb is and what this is. Most normal people don't fucking know.
Oh,
and I think when they see that guy with the arms full of oil, like you see Greg Valentino.
Yeah. But Greg was a bodybuilder everywhere, but these guys are like skinny with like just a giant bubble sticking out their arm.
I think people that aren't exposed to our lifestyle at all don't know the difference. They're like that guy's a bodybuilder.
No, I'm not convinced, because I think these days people are more clued up with that. People like The Rock and obviously like the Marvel movie.
Yeah, people have been exposed to our lifestyle in some way.
Yeah, and it's like muscle isn't. I don't think it's quite as obscure as we think it is. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I think people will be like, "That's fucked up."
All right, let's take a poll. We're gonna ask it in the comments section, but I want you to think of it outside the bodybuilding world, like the average person who has never been to a gym.
Yeah,
when they see somebody with arms that are completely shot up.
Yeah, like those guys, skinny synthol guy versus pro bodybuilder. What to them would be more fucked up?
No, that's an obvious question. I just mean when they see somebody with those big fake fucking arms in a t-shirt, they still think that guy's the same as us.
Well, maybe in a t-shirt because you can't see anything else. But
yeah, but that's horrible for us.
Well, of course it is, but that's not what I didn't think that's what you're asking.
Oh, all right.
So no, I think in that respect maybe, but I think when you see a bodybuilder in a t-shirt, it's a totally different look because everything's developed. It doesn't look as weird when everything's developed. I think the reason why it's like if you saw someone with massive ears, you're like, what the fuck?
I think you'd be amazed at how many people think people are bodybuilders.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Anybody who looks like they have any muscle, even if it's fake, like oil, people just throw them into that category.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, do you get much negative, like anything when you're out and about in public, or do people very positive?
I usually don't see it, but my wife usually catches it because she's walking behind me.
Yeah.
I don't force her to walk behind me or anything. It's not like
you're just that quick.
I'm just a fast walker. No. No, but like, if like you're walking into a restaurant and like the host is walking you in first.
Yeah.
If my wife is walking behind me, she might catch people like making stupid faces.
No, but yeah, of course people do that. But I mean,
Yeah.
I mean more like when people say things to you, it's always very complimentary.
I only can think of one guy ever who was a total fucking asshole.
Okay.
But he was trying to be subtle about it.
Yeah.
And I was in the locker room just changing my shirt after my workout, and the guy was like, "You're pretty fucking huge." And I'm like, "Thanks, man." And he's like, "Yeah, but like girls don't like that." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm like, I do it for myself though. It's my career." And he's like, "Yeah, but like, you just like nobody really wants to look like that, right?" He's just trying to be a fucking total dick, right? And I was like,
"You just like, oh, well, I do."
And that's what I said to him. I said, "Well, I want to look like this." I'm like, "I like it," and I'm like, people in this industry like it, and it's what we do, and it's cool, and all that. And I tried to maintain my calm because I knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
he was like just some old fucking dad bod, like just a skinny fat motherfucker, and he was trying to like, he was obviously trying to make himself feel better.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just going to let him go with it. I'm going to pretend I don't know what he's trying to do. And I just let him have his say. And I kind of like went about, but it stuck in my head because I'd never really had anybody do that.
Yeah.
Nobody has actually ever said anything to me, like directly to me.
It's a very odd thing to say to somebody. It's not like you'd see a fat person and be like, "You're fat, aren't you? Fucking hell, you are fat." It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. I actually remember, no, hang on a second. I remember once being in the supermarket. I was queuing up and this fucking fat woman was in front of me. She was really fat, man. Like 400 pounds fat. Like, stop eating. Like 300 pounds ago, you should have stopped eating.
Yeah.
And she turned around and said to her friend, like, "Oh, looks ridiculous. He's got no neck." And I just looked at her and I was like, "Yeah, ditto."
Yeah.
Like that's the only time I've ever had to like. Yeah. And I was like, "How fucking dare you?"
Yeah, I've had that from women that are out of shape. They've never said anything to me though. Yeah. But I've had that look.
It's like Jabba the Hutt being like, "Get her lose some weight."
I know. It's weird. It's like bodybuilders are beneath fat people.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to shame fat people, but you can shame bodybuilders.
Yeah.
It's like it's accepted.
I think you should be able to shame everyone equally. Everyone. It's all fair.
I think people should just fucking mind their own business.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, I've only ever had people say really nice things. And I get
Can I tell you a shitty story? I probably shouldn't say in public, but these are just some of the things that I guess something I'm not proud of.
Yeah.
So I was at like Walmart, I think. I'm in line at one register. And I think I was like a few weeks out from a show. So I'm already in just a shit mood. And in the other line, this guy and his kid are staring at me. And they're just staring and staring. And I'm like, what the fuck, right? I'm like, why? Like, they're not looking away. They're just.
Yeah, that's odd.
So I'm like, finally I look up. And they're kind of like, it seemed like they were snickering. Like I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
So finally I looked up. I'm like, is there a fucking problem? And I said it loud. And there's just people in line behind me. It's like the whole fucking store stops. They're like, and I'm like, I just kind of went like this, and they turned around, and I just went about my business. After I paid, they had paid at the same time, and I was walking out just a little bit ahead of them. The dad stops me, and he goes, "Look, I'm really sorry. We didn't mean to offend you. My son is starting high school football, and we were just thinking how amazing it would be if I could get him to work out and be your size on the football field." And immediately I felt like the biggest piece of shit you could ever.
I would have just died. I would have just been like, I would have jumped in front of a bus.
I apologized to the guy profusely. I was like, "Look, I'm dieting. I'm in a really like a bad mood right now. I'm sorry." But ever since that moment, it's funny. It was a long time ago. It was like, I'd have to say 6 or 7 years, but ever since that moment now, I just don't say anything because you never know. You just never know why they're staring. So I don't.
Yeah, but the other thing is as well, I'm like, it's like it's to me, people, no matter what they said to me, wouldn't remotely offend me. It's because I've done this on purpose. I look like it's like somebody having tattoos all over the face and being like, what are you looking at? Your fucking face, mate. It's like you've done that to yourself. It's like, don't walk out if somebody walks out with a massive hat covered in feathers, and you're like, what the fuck? Like,
wait a minute, it's not the same.
No, it's not. But it's the same kind of thing. It's like we've done it to ourselves, and
it doesn't give you the right to stare at me like, okay,
it doesn't. But
let's assume. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't think you're doing it negatively. I think they're doing it because they can't believe what they're seeing.
That's the reason
like when kids see you, it's never negative.
No, kids. No, not kids. No,
I don't think it's ever negative. I don't think it's ever.
No, this guy was like an older man, and his son was like in his teens. It wasn't it wasn't like an 8-year-old.
Yeah, no, I know.
So but you're right though. You never know why people are staring. Sometimes they're staring in awe. Sometimes they're staring because they're just never seen it before. So I don't react that way anymore. So actually, I'm only telling the story so anybody who's listening who does feel that way can fucking kind of go.
The only time I've ever actually reacted, I was with my kids, and I was in a shopping center, and these like probably 16, 17-year-old lads were like, "Roids," and they kept doing it, and I was like, "Fucking." In front of my kids, so I followed them into the toilet, and I said it so politely. I was like, "It's no problem, boys."
Yeah.
And they're like, "No," I was like, "I'm with my children. Like, that's not on. Yeah. Don't just fucking say that." It's like shouting heroin at someone.
Yeah.
I said, "What I do in private," I said, "you don't know this. You don't know what I do. You don't know who I am. Yeah. What I do in private is none of your concern. You don't shout that at people, especially when they're with their children." And all of them were like, "I'm so fucking sorry. I'm so sorry." And it was quite well diffused, but that's the only time I've ever and I wanted to fucking throw them out the window.
Yeah.
But I thought they automatically gonna think I'm gonna be really aggressive and really meatheady, and I just flipped on his head, and I thought they'll remember that.
But it's funny, you know, it's interesting. I think it's like when you can actually talk to people, they realize it's not. You kind of can figure things out, you know, like you get these.
Okay, here's one thing I've kind of put it down to as well. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
You know, like, okay, I mean, might be quite a taboo subject, but drugs are so readily available everywhere now. Like, it's so easy to get gear at the gym. Everyone can do it.
Yeah.
Everyone has fucking tried gear.
Yeah.
Now, so it's so widely used in all gyms, recreation, and I think people don't look anything like us despite taking all the drugs, and they're like, "Oh, actually, fucking hell, it's actually not drugs."
I don't think they think that.
No, I don't know. I think they do. I think it's part of they're all doing the same stuff. Not all of them, but I think there's a bit more respect for what we do, and they're not like, "Oh, it's all drugs," because I've done the drugs and I don't look like that.
No, I don't agree with you.
Really? Because I've had that from guys in the gym. They're like, fucking hell, I've like.
No, guys in the gym. Yeah, guys in the gym. I can agree. Like they're small.
There's so many of guys. There's so many of them.
I don't think so. I think our circle is still really small, and I think when you're walking through the mall, most of society is still like roids.
Oh, of course.
That's it. That's always it's always what it's going to be. Because I know there's a lot more people that use them now, but it's never going to be enough for people to go, "Oh, it must be the hard work." They're never going to say it.
I don't know, but I just think maybe it's a British thing. Maybe they're just very good at not being dicks about it. But
maybe, I don't know. What I see is I see some people do come to that sense eventually that they're like, "Well, I tried it and I didn't get that big, so it must be something else." Yeah. But I've also seen people go, "I tried it. Maybe I'm not trying enough." Maybe those guys are doing way more.
Oh, yeah, of course. There's always those, but they're the ones that are always taking one. They still don't look like us.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that's one of the reasons why the way we would use our social media and why we're doing this show and you're doing other shows is because we're trying to show that to everyone. It's a bit more like putting out the right information. Like putting out, like, I want to be as friendly as I can to everyone, like, just so I don't know, so they don't think we're dicks. Yeah. Because enough people think we're dicks.
Can I ask you though, is there, I don't know, have you noticed a double-edged sword a little bit? Because, okay, full disclosure for those of you who don't know me, I was a huge asshole for the majority of my career. So, all right. So my point I'm trying to make before Luke takes advantage of my comment is, I never used to fucking talk to anybody in the gym. Nobody. Like,
well, that's not terrible. I kind of
no. Like if someone tried to come talk to me, I'd be like, "Fuck off! I'm training."
Okay, yeah.
Like I was that guy, right?
Okay.
So, and I'm not proud of it.
Okay.
So in the last 2, 3, 4 years, I've changed my attitude a bit and been like more, sometimes I'll help people in the gym or whatever. And okay, so the double-edged sword is this. I feel better being a nicer guy, but now I feel like people feel more inclined to interrupt me during my training.
No, I don't, because people very rarely interrupt me during my training.
Yeah, I get it more now.
You will get it more, but then you just kind of say, there's a way of being, if somebody asks you a question like, oh yeah, it's good to see you, I need to crack on my training, and then just put your headphone back on and just walk off. Just kind of diffuse it, say, acknowledge them. A lot of the time, if you're wearing headphones, people don't bother you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have my headphones on with no music on, just for that reason. So
it's not bad. I'm not saying people come to me left and right, but back in the day, I didn't get interrupted at all. No one would even come fucking near me. Yeah. And now people have like
fuck off written on it.
Now people, and I listen, part of me likes it. I like that I'm approachable enough for someone to come ask for help. Yeah. But at the same time, there's those days when you're training and you're like, I don't want to be.
I'm kind of more talking outside of the gym as well. Like whenever I just speak to a cashier or.
Oh, I don't mind that.
I try and be as like, like if you see a really old, if you're like doing your cardio and you have your hood up, I've done it so many times when I walk past a really old woman or a really old man, they're shitting themselves, and I take my hood off and I'm like, good morning, and then put it back up again, just to be really nice to them, so they're not frightened. But most of the time, you see me fucking trudging towards you guys, and it probably comes out like morning, and then just put my hood back on, and it's just like, probably makes it worse.
In your head, it's like this pleasant, but the reality is they're fucking terrified anyway.
Yeah, they probably made it way worse because I acknowledged their existence and like, he's gonna come back for me.
My wife has asked me that before because I'll crack a joke with like a cashier, and she'll be like, "Are you flirting with her?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "I'm scary enough." Yeah. I'm like, I'm just trying to make people feel at ease. Yeah. I feel like if you crack a joke with someone, crack a joke with a waitress, with a cashier, with whatever, it kind of like diffuses the fact that you weigh 300 fucking pounds.
Yeah.
It makes them feel more comfortable.
I also think as well, like people always say that I'm really, really intense looking because I've got piercings in my face, I've got a big fucking beard, and I'm big. And I think I just look nothing like what people are going to assume. Yeah. So that's why I try and be really chirpy and happy even when I'm dieting, because I think it just diffuses it straight away.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to be. It's not. I don't know, man. I feel like bodybuilders in general have a bad rap. So
exactly. So I want to kind of do my bit to kind of clean up my little areas if I can.
That's the way I always saw it. I'm like, if every bodybuilder just did their own little piece to like make people feel like we're not fucking barbarians, it wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have the guys that do it that like that feeling.
Well, fuck them. That's their concern, and we've got to make sure we set the example.
Yeah.
Other people follow our example.
Is there anything else you want to touch on this week, or are we all set?
No, I think we're good. I think that was a good episode. I think we've been about an hour?
Yeah, I think so. I got to eat and get to the gym, pretend to work out. It's chest day, and I have a bad elbow. So,
how is your elbow? Talk to you haven't updated us of your tricep.
Yeah, last week I did dumbbell press with 35 pounds.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good considering you tore it off the bone.
Yeah, I'm happy that there's no pain, and I fully expect to compete next spring.
Awesome. That's fucking good.
I was hoping for November. I was going to try and do like Romania or something, or one of the last shows of the year. Yeah. But I think it's a little ambitious. Yeah. So I think hopefully by spring, I was going to see if I could do like the Indie Pro or something like that. Yeah. So.
That'd be awesome.
We'll see how it goes.
But there's a show. I think there's a show in the UK in May as well.
Is there?
Yeah, if you wanted to come
I have a lot of fans in the UK. I'd like to come there.
You come stay here. It's near my house.
Yeah, with your dog?
With my dog, yeah.
You're probably not going to be married by then, so.
I'm definitely not going to be married. My list of my criteria is a joke. Like, what my expectations from a woman is a joke.
Okay, well, just one last thing before we go. Is there any prospects yet, or still just nothing?
Definitely not. No. There's lots of very nice women out there, but I think I'm still it's a bit raw still.
But you know what? You're like 3 weeks out from a show. You're not going to fucking meet anybody.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but the weird thing is I feel absolutely normal. I feel as good as I do in the off season. It's weird.
That's good, though. It's a good place to be in.
I don't know how it's happened, but I like it. It's I trained today, and apart from all my joints are just cracky and feel like shit. I'm still really strong, and I still have sometimes when you just don't have any intensity in the tank. Yeah. I feel great. Feel fine.
I've never been 3 weeks out from a show and felt great.
Yeah, it's really odd.
So
I think what it is because in the past, because my preps have been so brutal to the fact that I couldn't even stand up. I've passed out doing cardio before.
Yeah.
I've like nearly crashed because my blood sugars dipped so hard. Because I'm so used to that,
Yeah.
It might just be what normal prep feels like. I'm like, oh, this is fine.
It's probably because you didn't get fat at all.
No, well, I got up to 300.
Yeah, but you weren't like a sloppy off season.
I think it's what. Yeah, I think that's what it is because any weight I put on came on it went on so fast it just came back off. So my body got back into the shape it was in previously quite quickly.
That's right. That's right. You didn't have a chance to get to that like
no, but it's a weird
sloppy
thing
off season.
I think my conditions I actually do think it's slightly better now than it was a week out from the Arnold. And I'm like 8 pounds heavier. So
what are you now?
I was 267 today.
267, eh?
Yeah.
So you're gonna go on stage at what, like 260?
259, 258. I reckon.
That was my best. The best I ever went on Orlando, like my first pro win.
Yeah.
That was 258.
Yeah, I think the high 250s to 260. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I've told Chris, like, if everyone keeps saying to me, which I fucking hate it, the whole next Dorian Yates thing, just because
Dorian. Because you do that pose, man.
I did it once.
That's the pose. It's your fault.
I'll just carry on doing it.
And why wouldn't you want to be called the next Dorian Yates? I love that.
Because I'm the first Luke Sandoe. That's why.
Oh, okay. Give it a fucking rest.
No, it's more because the amount of shit I get. Sorry, Amazon parcel. Yes. Just let me.
All right, your dog's had enough.
It's because there's an Amazon parcel being delivered.
What are you getting? A dildo?
Hey. Anyway, so the what are we talking about?
You're talking about being 258 and being compared, not liking the fact that
I love it. I think it's amazing. It's just people shit all over me for being compared to one of the best of all time, and they use it as an excuse to destroy me. And it's really, I'm like, I don't need that. That's not nice.
Yeah, but that's their that's their comparison. You're not making the comparison.
It's true. But also, so if that is the truth, and people keep saying that, then I need to get that kind of condition.
Yeah.
So if I can get that, that's gonna be sweet.
You know what I thought was funny?
Yeah.
Ian compared himself to Dorian Yates.
Yeah, I mean, Dean has that crispiness. He's pretty close.
No, but listen, this is the best part about it. He started to take a bunch of shit online.
Yeah.
And instead of backing off it, he was like, yeah, I could probably beat him in a couple poses. Like, he didn't fucking care.
All right.
And I was like,
no, he can't.
No, but he broke it. It was interesting the way he broke it down. He's like, well, I got better arms. And it's better. I forget. It was a while.
But the thing people don't forget is Shawn Rhoden has shit body parts and plenty of them.
Yeah.
But it's his physique from head to toe that makes
him together.
Well. And that's to say it's not body parts.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Flex Lewis wouldn't have the best rear double bicep of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know? Sorry, this dog, shut the fuck up.
Oh, so you're not actually nice to your dog. Is that how you talk to your dog?
No, that's just one of the commands, isn't it? So there's like, shut the fuck up. Works. No, but I think it's I think bodybuilding is not about having, like, Dorian didn't have good arms, but he's everything. Why did his triceps, side tricep and side chest were so good? He didn't have the arms, but it's everything else.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not saying Ian's better than Dorian Yates. I'm just saying I thought it was funny that he didn't back off it. Because most people would.
I mean, no, I agree. I mean, I just I agree. I mean, I agree. He's actually probably has a good point. I just wouldn't do that because it's like I don't know. I just wouldn't do that.
No, I wouldn't do it either. I'm just saying it's refreshing this day and age to be attacked by like 100 fucking people, and he's like, "Fuck you, I don't care."
Yeah, but Ian is cool, so
it's kind of refreshing. It's kind of refreshing to see. Most people just run away from that.
Ian's cool. I'm not cool, so that's cool.
All right. Anyway, let's wrap it up. We'll reconvene next week.
Reconvene on the Bodybuilding and Bollocks podcast.
So
Bodybuilding Bollocks. There you go.
Listen, Portugal is this weekend?
It is, yeah, the 21st.
Do you know who's competing?
Nope. I know Ian's doing it.
All right. Well, let's we'll discuss Portugal next Monday then. Yes, we'll see what the wrap up is there.
Yes, we will. And then the only show left of the season is Tampa.
And then I'm going to have to do this with somebody else. Somebody else is going to have to.
No, I'll do it with you.
The week of?
Fuck yeah.
You're going to be a mess.
I'm committed.
You're not going to be funny. People like you because you're funny. You're going to be a fucking disaster.
No, it's been the week after and I would have won it. So I'll be like, this is amazing. And it'll be the day after my birthday as well. So I'll be like, it's over.
So you're saying you're going to beat Dexter, is what you're saying?
I'll still do the podcast. Right, we need to wrap this up because I'm starving.
All right, let's talk. Let's talk next week.
Yes, right.
All right, brother.
Everyone. See you.
See you guys.